Airstrike is going to hit the Hab and Novo. Looks like the angle was good. Hab offline on sticks. It can get repaired. What's up, guys? Welcome back to some more Friday Night Fights. And today we have the Australian Defence Force Mechanized battle group going up against the People's Liberation Army Motorized battle group. This fight will feature 4 ASLAVs against 3 ZBLs, all taking place on Yehorivka, RAS V2, but fogless. So both teams will be able to see all the objectives, with PLA spawning in the north, Australia spawning in the south, and the mid-cap being Novo. So let's dive into the rollout, and of course, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, drop a comment down below with your thoughts on the round itself. We'll be on the side of the People's Liberation Army, so they'll be represented in blue, while the ADF will be represented in red. Looks like, is this a early transport here? Yes, early transport on the eastern side, rolling down the east lane with some infantry. Both lodges look like they may be taking the middle lane. Are the ZBLs going to go west or mid? They're going to take mid lane. ZBLs also have ATGMs, which would be able to help balance some of that fight between them and the ASLAVs, which don't have ATGMs attached. Lodges are moving in quickly. It looks like PLA will have the advantage to get to Scrapyard, maybe even Novo. First cap is already grabbed for Australia. They got to have a few vehicles playing back on that. Right now, you do have one ASLAV sneaking out to the west. I mean, you've already got one vehicle, one light vehicle, watching the main road into Novo. That could be a problem here in a minute, but they do have some ASLAVs guiding these vehicles up. 2 ZBLs on the main road are coming up now. Let's see what these guys end up running into. You can see there's something about to come over the ridge there in red. Australia's red. They're going to get eaten up here. Oh! I might have held on to that in case LAV or ASLAV comes up behind him. You have one ASLAV now still. Squad, what is this? Squad 6 over here? Way out here to the west. Could end up being a good position. We do have Squad 3. Let's see. We've got all the ZBLs are in decent proximity. I think you've got 2 ASLAVs on airfield admin. PLA now has 2 flags captured. Australia is halfway through on their second cap. PLA has complete control over Novo right now. Australia is going to have to take that from them. Oh, a little bit of an armor skirmish going on here. ASLAV trying to get shots. You do have an ASLAV sneaking around, but a hat kid is watching for it. Australian infantry trying to get a foothold on the southwest side. Oh, other ASLAV was able to engine one of the ZBLs. Two on 2 here. Oh, both of the ZBLs are engined, it looks like. One ZBL taking more of the hits. This might not go well for one of the ZBLs. And they're about to get flanked. One ZBL destroyed. You might get... Oh, ASLAV choosing to go more south. Ooh, the other ZBL pulling some of the attention here. Here comes the long flank ASLAV coming in from behind to destroy the other ZBL. So now it is 4 ASLAVs against 1 ZBL still remaining. Oh, miss on the ASLAV. Looks like all 3 ZBLs are going to get wiped early. 1 ASLAV's now destroyed.
What's the tally on their ASLAVs? How many?
3 ASLAVs have made it through. ZBLs all wiped. That's about 30 tickets there, but PLA have out-capped, or could out-cap if they grab Novo by 2. Right now they've out-capped by 1. So that's balancing the ticket game a little bit. It's 264 to 288 in favor of Australia. You do have PLA trying to do some work here, but these ASLAVs are going to be a problem long term. What is this? You have a vehicle sneaking around here. Is that a PMV? That's going to burn the rally, kill the PLA transport. That's going to be a 5-ticket gain. Oh, they're not going to kill it. They're just going to disable it. Good rocket hit. I mean, that's almost the ASLAV in terms of tickets with all those bodies on there. Now, something that happened while we were focused on airfield is that the Australians actually snuck in a radio here not far from the PLA's radio in Hab. So I'm picking this up where the Australian Defense Force is actually doing a hot drop onto their own radio to help protect it. Another hit. I thought that hit on the PMV, but that might have just bounced. Not much damage on it. There's a hit. Now it's engined, low health. Doesn't look like it's burning, but it is very low. It is burning. It's burning. And that's going to pop. That's going to be 5 tickets.
That was tough.
PLA is needs to push this radio. Yeah, so they know it's here. PLA needs to make progress here to help balance the game out. It's 230 for PLA, 285 for Australia. So Australia has dug down their radio on their back cap. Now you've got the ASLAVs moving up with more infantry support. ASLAVs are going to start holding up in Novo. Here comes a little bit of chaos. This could turn some of the fight in favor of Australia. ASLAV undamaged, just firing away, suppressing anything in the building where the Hab is for PLA. Meanwhile, Australia's getting more of a foothold here on Novo. It might be time for PLA to consider adjusting how they're attacking here or trying to figure out how they can claim some ground. They really need to apply pressure for this radio. Australia getting really, really close here on the Hab.
Dang, did it take out both hats?
Walking past into the Hab.
Friendly in the fob.
Yeah, one's in the
Guy is dead. You have more coming in now. They're trying to block him. They're on the southern wall. 2 guys still trying to get in. Looks like PLA tried to block this off to at least keep that safe. So you have exits on the east and west side. Enemy ZTZ is now in play. PLA ZTZ is now in play here. I don't know if the ASLAV knows it's here. Is there a tank mark up yet? Yes, there is a tank mark. PLA is setting up now a fob on the eastern side of Novo to try to regain ground. They need to delete this one, but I think it's going to be really tough. Now you're going to be fighting long ways. All of these PLA guys just need to shove directly into this Hab, try to shut it down, slow down the Australian Defense Forces' hold of this area. They have position to do that. They just got to make progress out of the woods and towards the Hab itself. The ASLAVs, though, are going to make that very, very painful. ZTZ is still laying low. I think he just needs... If he could take out an ASLAV, that'd be huge for PLA. Yeah, PLA to regain some tickets, but also slow down the hold here. That might have just bounced. Nope, it did track. It did track the ZTZ. ZTZ is stuck. We're at beyond 20 minutes. I wonder if they have an airstrike.
chased off my lab.
Oh no. Repair guy down. Another rocket hitting the tank.
Get back in the tank. Get back in the tank.
Tank is still in decent health. I don't see... Abrams is out west, pretty far out. Not in a position right now to do anything. Airstrike is going to hit the hab in Novo. Look at this buildup of infantry on the southern side of the hab. I see some dead bodies here. This is going to slow down their ability to spawn if the hab does go offline. Looks like the angle was good. Hab offline on sticks. It can get repaired. They don't have to put a new one down. Here comes infantry now. 3 guys crossing the road, getting to the hab. Got to send 1 in to try to clear the hab. Clear the builders. Hab is not built. 2 down. 3 down. The hab is still offline. You still have the radio here for PLA. I don't think that's going to last much longer. But they do have the Australian hab offline. And PLA has their own spawn. PLA is also now capping. They have neutralized Novo. This could be an interesting way to swing the game in PLA's favor. They also have control of the radio per the call out. What a coordinated effort. Australia is going to regain control of the radio. This may not be a ticket swing. It may just be the cap itself. You don't have any PLA nearby to try to recover the radio position. Let's see if they are building it up. They are digging up the radio. PMV destroyed. That's 5 tickets. Oh, that lab needs another shot on it. And that thing is... Wow, they have no tires. They are low riding through here. Aussies are regaining control over their hab. They're going to try to get that back up, but the spawns will be delayed. PLA now has a strong push on this eastern side here of Novo. They do have a lav coming up. Oh, 1 guy still hanging out. Slowing down their ability to get the hab back up. They have minimal respawns right now. That being Australia. So PLA is going to cap Novo. That's 60 tickets. It is now less than a 10-ticket game just because of that cap. Now, something I did not get to see earlier is that Australia was able to get to a PLA radio north of Scrapyard. Probably placed on a defensive position just in case. Minimal bodies up here to react to it, unfortunately. No bodies up here to react to it. So it looks like they will get a 20-ticket bump for that. It is 235 to 238. PLA with a strong presence here on Novo. Oh, this is going to be tough for PLA. They are now suffering a little bit here with Aslavs just having control. They're now on the eastern radio for PLA, or close to it. Looks like they're close to it. Not on it at the moment. They may know where it is. Don't see it marked currently. Infantry trying to make their way to the hab for Australian infantry trying to make their way to the hab for the PLA. PLA owns the middle of the map here in Novo, or middle of the town. They do have some light infantry presence pushing towards this radio and hab. They really need this. The radio for PLA north of Scrapyard is now gone. Littlefoot here trying to dig down the barbed wire placed. Looks like Australia's trying to get a guy up real quick. We need a grenade in there. All right, they're about to have... They got 3... Australia's got 3 guys up now inside. They need bodies here. PLA needs to push this radio and get rid of this. ZBLs are coming in now on the northeastern side. Australia's going to be able to get their radio back and just kind of hold it. At least hold the position there. It is 201 to 233. The gap got closed a ton by that flip for PLA on Novo itself with that capture. What'll be interesting to see if the ZBLs can claim some kills here on the Aslavs and balance it further. Here's what I'm worried about. They don't know that they're here, and look. Yep, Aslav's gonna start opening fire. Pop smoke or run smoke. Now I'd expect another Aslav to start responding to this via a call out. But they're pretty spread out. You have a 2v1 right now, but this Aslav's not going to push if he doesn't have to. Aslav rolls. The Aslav rolled over here. One of these guys needs to just push and take out. There we go. Haymaker Soul's coming over to hit this Aslav that's parked upside down here. Aslav destroyed. That's 10 tickets reduced for Australia. It looks like the fight on Novo is getting a little bit tricky for PLA. Mortars are starting to come in, thinning out PLA's ranks. 177 PLA to 214 for Australia. Aslav's now holding a defensive near their radio. Australia radio is now currently on bleed. It should get picked up. That's going to continue to be a nuisance for them because
No, we're good, we're good. I'm in.
PLA at least knows where it is. They're digging it up is the call, it seems.
Artillery.
Call for artillery directly on top of the hab.
They're already in the hab.
All right, PLA still holding on to the Novo cap. PLA really needs to get this radio for Australia. Australia's doing a great job of keeping it alive, but I feel like the more they have to dig it up and repair it, it's just at risk at this point. I don't know what they can do to really replace it unless they just reset it somewhere in the same area or maybe a little bit more to the southwest to try to protect it more. But now you have a steady stream of Australian infantry pushing in on the western side of Novo, running in directly to the PLA folks. It's about a 30 ticket difference right now, 172 to 202 in favor of Australia. A new wave of PLA has spawned. They're trying to push. Australia has control over cap. This is not ideal for PLA. PLA is making a new move towards the radio. All of Australia has left the radio defense and pushed towards cap. Now, the problem with that is if they do get the radio, you don't have a position. You may get the cap, but then you could easily swap it back. Aslav's going to park in here, shoot through the windows, and then you're just kind of... Oh, just a little bit of lag. PLA might get this radio now. They've got it. They've got it on bleed. Trying to get a couple guys back up. No Australia. One Australian Defense Force guy coming in here. He might get picked off. Hit the wall. There you go. He's dead. Can't get in the building. All right, Novo, Australian Defense Force Novo position gone. The flag has not been capped by Australian Defense Force. PLA is making a push now. It is 1 ticket difference. The round has slowed down so much in terms of the ticket differential. PLA finally taking a lead, 151 to 147. Australia's position dwindling, but they do have a new radio coming up here on the southern side, immediately replacing their radio. ZBL gone. Must have got hit, I think, with the hat kit up here. Yeah, hat kit, got it. There goes the ZBL. PLA now down by just 3 tickets. PLA is retaking Novo, but it's only a matter of time before Australia starts to get some new spawns here. Enemy tank, Abrams, rather, is tracked, sitting here on the road. If the ZTZ can just start moving quickly, or they need an airstrike. Looks like it just got hit again. Light smoke, probably above 50%. All right, Australia's getting respawns in. I don't think that PLA quite found the radio. The new radio, that is. It is now 113 to 130. This tank is not going anywhere anytime soon, but the ZTZ is still a ways out to help. And if they cut by airfield, they're going to run into their own set of problems. It's a 20 ticket difference, and the PLA might lose another radio here because it looks like they got a TWS squad playing advanced on Scrapyard, but there is no cap either way right now on Novo. It looks like it's stalled. The Abrams goes down. It is now 103 to 13, so we are still within about 10 tickets thanks to the Abrams kill. And the ZTZ is still up, but the ZTZ pulling up to a sketchy spot here. Unless the ZTZ can get lucky, maybe kill some stuff along the way. Australia holding on to Novo as best they can, or holding on. Now they're taking it. They're trying to slow down PLA's control of this area. It is coming down to a pretty brutal fight here. PLA looks now to have control over cap. They are capping the flag. It never flipped. I don't think it ever fully flipped over to Australia, or they would have had more tickets than they do now. It is about a 5-ticket game. 4 tickets. If they could get to that hab, shut down the hab, and make it a lot easier. You do have a couple guys playing defensively near the rally and radio for Australia. It is now a tied game, 96 to 95, actually. Australia losing a couple tickets there. PLA takes the lead again by 2 tickets. PLA with good infantry control over Novo. They need to make an effort south here. Try to get to the hab. I believe it's in this building. It is. Currently offline. Probably just the sheer volume of PLA to the north. Keeping it offline, which is great. So now you got to start making progress here. Let's get to the radio. It doesn't look like they're reacting to like dig it down. You do have some more Australia coming in here on the west-southwest. Artillery is now called for PLA on the Australian radio to clear out some of this infantry. I think they might be digging down this radio. They are self-destructing the radio. Australia, that is. They've self-destructed it. These guys aren't going anywhere with that artillery. PLA will not get the radio, the satisfaction of killing the radio. A position. Oh, they are trying to. They might be sneaking another one in. Looks like another radio is being set up here for Australia. Northwest corner of Novo. They've got some guys coming in. They're calling out that there's a western push. It's pretty faded right now. There's a ton of blue on Novo. This might be tough because he's about to drive past some infantry. Let's see if they open fire. They don't. Oh, they do. Rocket. Oh, no. And you're running into an ASLAV. That is unfortunate. ASLAV is ASLAV, do they not feel it?
Literally ran into one. Where's the mark?
The ticket difference is about 50 now in favor of PLA. 90 to 42. PLA taking advantage of their position on Novo. But again, Australia does have a little bit of a foothold up here. They're starting to stack some bodies. Looks like they might get ready for another push. Oh, looks like the hot drop got stopped by a ZBL. All those bodies are gone. ZBL taking down a group of infantry. Now ZBL needs to see if they can hear the radio or the or see some spawns in this building. That made it about a 50-ticket game in favor of PLA. PLA now found the radio up here. They're pushing it. Australian hab offline, but an ASLAV is rolling in to potentially save the day. Where's the ZBL? He is at the radio now. Australian radio on bleed. Aslav just took a shot. That could be a 20 ticket loss for Australia. They don't want to lose the Aslav as well. That'd be tough. Almost a 60 ticket difference. Aslav is trying to get out now. It took a pretty heavy shot. Bleeding radio, PLA says, through command chat. We do have a row of artillery hitting Novo, but there's not a lot there right now. Aslav is trying to sneak out on the southwest side. Oh, rocket came in short there. Here comes another lat trying to get a shot. Hits. Dark gray smoke. Oh, that's tough. Right into the face of the Aslav. Not going to win that one, unfortunately. Good effort, though. Radio has bled out for Australia. PLA coming back. I think they were at like a 60 ticket difference. Coming back now up 70 tickets on Australia. PLA is now defending the north, clearing out the northwest 80-9 in favor of PLA. Something we haven't done is look at some of the tickets or some of the kills. It is 171 to 171. 11 vehicles to 11 vehicles. 123 revives to 113 revives. That is pretty balanced. Aslav pushing. Looks like possibly some infantry on board. Hot dropping. Some guys onto Novo, which is relatively open. Pop in the smoke. Oh, don't back up. That's a lot of bodies dropping off on the cap. They might be able to start capping, but you have a bunch of PLA rolling in now. Oh, PLA, I think, took a hatch shot, it looked like. Yes, hatch shot on PLA. ZBL is going to finish this up, and that is the round. 79-0 in favor of PLA. This game was super close. I mean, kills are 1 kill apart, being 171 to 172. Deaths are 177 to 172. Vehicle kills are 13 to 11. Incapacitations are 296 to 290. Revives are 127 to 113. This became just a strong fight on Novo itself. That one flag capture that PLA was able to pull off in the middle of the round really saved their opportunity at having a chance at winning the round later, which you'll find on the timeline, along with how much the vehicles ended up costing both teams at different points in the round itself. Radios also cost Australia quite a bit in tickets. 2 radios lost for Australia with 1 lost for the PLA. 120 tickets lost in vehicles for ADF, with 90 being lost for PLA. This was a tug of war for both teams on Novo. Probably one of the best rounds we've had so far in Friday Night Fights. So if you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the subscribe button, leave a like, drop a comment down below, and be on the lookout for the next video or more information on Friday Night Fights.